Good morning everyone. It is day 16 and we are just getting up and ready to leave Inverness. I still haven't actually worked out where I'm going. That's on my list. I've just made myself a coffee, packed up the van. I just need to refill the water and then unplug the power from the electric hookup, and then we'll be ready to go. So I had planned to leave a bit earlier than now, but best laid plans and all that. So I think it's just gone 8 o'clock, so I think we'll probably be ready to leave by about 9. By the time I've had my coffee and worked out what we're doing with the day, it'll probably be 9 o'clock by the time we're on the road, which is fine. I don't start work till about 2-3 o'clock, so there's plenty of time still to go and investigate things. I think I'm going to go over towards Nairn, which isn't too far away, but it's the beginning part of my sort of east coast journey, where I'll be going some of the east coast sort of on the sea areas, but also then going into the Cairngorms, the national park there, and having a look around the national park, going for hopefully a couple of little walks over the next few days in that area. Right, we are all packed up and are ready to go. We are going to head to a fairy glen on the way towards Nairn. So we're going to stop there. It's about 30 minutes. It's a little bit higher north than I was planning to go, but we're going to go up to that, have a nice little morning walk, see some waterfalls, and then we are going to head back down towards the beach, and then so I can find somewhere to park and work for the afternoon, somewhere with a beach thing, and then there doesn't seem to be a lot of overnight parking like near the beach area, so we'll just park there during the day, do some work, and then I'll head off to find somewhere to park for the night as well. There's a couple of places on Park for Night that are out just outside, but yeah, not near the beach, but that's fine. So that's the plan. We have a plan and we are heading out now. We've made it into the Fairy Glen. It's an RSPB site that is managed by them, but it's free to walk around. As you can see, there was a bit of a landslide, so where we parked we had to move closer to the beach area and walk just that little bit extra, because yeah, the path and the bridge to get over to this side had all fallen away. But no matter, we're here. It's a lovely little route, apparently, just like a long straight line, and you just follow like to a brook and a river to the end, and then you turn around and walk back. But yeah, it's a good place for the dogs to stretch their legs. Oh, we've made it to the waterfall. Lovely. It's very beautiful, very quiet here. There's no one else here, so we're just sort of relaxing a little bit and letting the dogs run around and have a sniff. There are some steps that lead up like and over the waterfall, but I had a quick little run up there. You have to hold on to a handrail, sort of walk sort of crab style. The dogs aren't going to do that. I don't want them to fall into the river, so we're not doing that. But we are going to sit down here for a minute and enjoy the lovely sounds of the waterfalls and have a little break before heading back to the van. Okay, we are on our way now to Nairn, which is on the beach. I found a couple of spaces where I can pull up, enough walking distance that I can get down to the beach to go see the beach, and then I should be able to stay there to work, possibly stay there overnight as well. We'll see what the situation is when we get there, but that's where we're aiming for. Let's go! We've arrived in Nairn and I found a little park up. It's quite nice. It's in like this park. It's just off to the side, so I can sort of park the van into a hole, inconspicuous like. Be good for working. It might also be good for later on as well. There's no signs up saying you can't sleep overnight, and there's no payment or anything for it, so we'll see how it goes later on. I decided to leave the dogs at home. They'd done their running. They were very reluctant to even come out to have a wee-wee. So they're in the van and it's just me going on a nice little explore. Found my way down to the beach. Yeah, it's about a 20-minute walk. So nice easy walk, and actually, and you probably can't see, but there's like a big carnival happening this weekend here, so all of the normal parking and that would be for people going to the beach has been taken up by this carnival that's setting up, which means that actual Nairn sort of town centre is completely gridlocked, where people are trying to get to the beach and realise they can't, and everyone's trying to turn around. So I made the right choice parking further away and walking in. Well done me. But yeah, I walked down to the beach and I found this little beach hut that do fish and chips, but it's like fancy posh fish and chips. So like breaded hake and like really nice French fries rather than big chunky chips. There isn't like a beachy type bit where there'd be like fish and chips every other like stand. There's no like shops or anything. It's like a little beach hut that does food. So I'm just going to sit and enjoy fish and chips and a sea view for a little bit. Yum. Back at the van. I'm going to be starting work in about half an hour, but pups are fed, Angeli is fed, and yeah, I managed to remember to stop off at a co-op on the way back here and get some bread, because when I was passing Fort William, I bought some stuff to put in sandwiches but did not buy the bread to make said sandwiches, so I haven't been able to make sandwiches. So yeah, I picked up some salad and some bread so I could have some sandwiches, which would be nice. I also bought Bloody Scotland, which is 12 Scotland's best crime writers use the country's built heritage in stories with turns, gripping, chilling and full of a redemption. So yeah, where we're parked up is also very nice, and there's plenty of space for the pups to be on lead and outside. It's so they can have a little bit of a run around, and there's grassland, and then later on after I finish work we'll go actually out onto the park and have them have a run around before bed. But yeah, I better get set up for work. Good morning, it is day 17. Hooray! So we've woken up early and I'm just letting the pups have a little run around in the park before we head to Forres, which is about 11 miles east of here. Someone I know on Twitter lives there, so I'm going to go and say hello to them. But before that I'm going to let the dogs run around in the grass for a bit, burn off some of their energy. There's a little bit of river that I want to take them to as well, just so they can have a little play in the river. But yeah, this morning is just up early, have breakfast, give dogs a run. I don't know if they'll make it to the beach, mainly because I've got to go through the high street with them. And Owen said he's not a big fan of such areas, but we'll see. Until then they can just run in here. They seem perfectly happy just running around. So we have left Nairn and we are now in Forres. We've parked up, there's a little free car park up the top of the town, and it's right near one of the parks. So we're going to go to the park. There's a tower which apparently is a really nice walk to, so I might go that way. But yeah, I've just arrived. I'm meeting a friend a little bit later who lives here, so that'll be exciting. I've not seen them before. I met them on, well, we've been friends on like Twitter for about 10 years, so we're meeting up in person, which will be very nice. And yeah, going to go take the dogs out into the park and yeah, have a little look around the area. Probably not going to stay here. People have said like it's fine to stay here overnight, but it's just a big car park. Yeah, I might move on to somewhere else. I need to look at my map and make a decision as to what I'm doing this weekend and this week as well. And actually look at my rota. I think I'm in every day next week. It's got no days off. So a couple of full days and some shifts. So I need to have a look and plan where I can be to work from for next week. And yeah, so yeah, we're going to head out now. Oh yeah, as I was leaving Nairn, as I was leaving, there's loads of signs saying that today is Nairn's Highland Games. So I was like, oh no! But by this time I was already on my way out. I didn't say any times or anything, but I was like, oh, that is sad. So depending on what my plan is, I might drive back that way. It was only 20 minutes away, and see the Highland Games, but I need to do some Googling to see what that's about, when it starts, etc. It's probably why the carnival was there. If it's more of like a summer fatey thing than a Highland Games, then I probably won't go back, but I need to have a look and see what it's about. So yeah, we're just here, everyone's eaten and everyone's had some breakfast and everyone is ready, and we are going to go to the park. I've just met up with my friends David and Claire, and we've just had a lovely coffee and cake at a local coffee shop in Forres. It's like forest without the T, I've been told, so I've been saying it wrong at the beginning. Forres is where I am, not Forres, as I was saying. And it was lovely to chat with them, lovely to talk to other human beings and have a two-way conversation rather than just talking to the camera or to my dogs. They recommended that I go to Rose Isle, so that is where we're heading now. It's a country park, Scottish Forestry Commission park, next to the beach, so I'm going to take the puppies there. Bless them, they fell asleep in the in the cafe, on the sofas, and yeah, kicked Claire off of her seat. Very sweet, but yes, they took up all the space and did not want to walk back to the van. Were very rudely awoken by me and forced to walk the whole 5 minutes back to the van from the coffee shop. But yes, we are going to go driving, so it's about 15-20 minutes to get there from here. So that's where we're going to head next, and then hopefully find somewhere for the evening as well. Yeah, very productive day so far. Look at us, going everywhere, doing everything.